the scenario was me in college, and there was this woman, right? There was this woman, a young lady, student, that was walking, that just barely made her way to the campus. I was coming out the small little bookstore that was there. Across from me was the entrance to the main hall, and three guys were hanging outside of the main hall. The young lady just barely pulled up at the parking space. She got out her vehicle and was coming in. She was going past where I was coming from and where these guys were hanging out. This was the path that she was making her way just to a class or wherever she was going. As she was passing us by, these three guys that were there, one of them, was trying to get at her, and hey, what's up, girl? Da 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 da. Right? She not interested, kept moving. The guy tried again. When she didn't give him any feedback, you F and B, etc. Right? Cursed her out. And now the thing that I said in regards to that was, me as a man, I've never been through anything like that, and I don't believe I ever will. I don't think it's a common thing for us men to go through something like that, where we as men, if a woman gets at her and we say no, you effing this and that, if it happens, it's the rarest thing. However, it's kind of common for when a man tries to get at a woman and a woman rejects, whether she rejects by saying I'm not interested or just keeps moving and not saying anything. It's almost common, unfortunately, that a very aggressive man sometimes, you F and B, think you all that, F you, la 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 la. And sometimes it could result in her being attacked physically, right? That's how far some people take it. Now, with that said, that's when you came on here and then you expressed something along the lines of, and I'm going to let you correct me if I'm wrong, by the way. You expressed something along the lines of, the thing about women that makes me angry is that only when it's a man that they're not attracted to, they feel uncomfortable. But when it's a man that's attractive, they're okay with this type of behavior. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Well, I didn't say it makes me angry. I just called out the pretty much the like the double standard of it, because the young lady you had on was saying how she feels harassed when guys approach her in the gym. Mm-hmm. And I was asking, like, well, what type of clothes do you wear in the gym? Because I'm in the gym Monday through Saturday. I'm a gym head. I've been going to the gym my whole life. And over the years, women have started wearing less and less clothes, where in 2023, they're damn near naked in the gym. Literally today, I just left the gym about an hour ago. Young lady had some shorts on with half her ass cheeks out, like literally the skin of her ass cheeks at the bottom of the shorts in the gym. So what other reason would you come to the gym in that type of attire other than to get attention from males? Now, do you want to be approached by all males? How do I sound now?
Okay, good. Go ahead, continue.
Yeah, I had a phone call. I fucked it up.
Yeah,
but yeah, women only have an issue being approached when it's by guys they're not attracted to and guys that they don't want typically. If it's a guy that she's attracted to, or it's a guy that she actually wants, it's not. It wouldn't be considered. What was the word she used? Harassment. But if it's a guy that they deem to be ugly or bummy, or he don't have the right car, he's not wearing the right clothes, he ain't got the white swag, he's not tall enough. Now all of a sudden it's harassment. No, this guy built up enough courage, because women don't understand. The average guy is petrified of women. It's only like 15% of guys that women find attractive at all. So a high 85% of men damn near don't stand no chance at all. And even knowing these odds, men still muster up enough courage to just come tell you how attractive you are and appreciate your beauty, because you come out the house with makeup on, you get all done up for men to see you and appreciate your beauty. But now that he's vocally telling you and shooting his shot, he's harassing you, and you in the gym half naked? That's crazy. That don't make no sense.
Okay. Okay. So the issue with that, in my opinion, is that first of all, I think it's very important that you mentioned that, which I agree, that the chances of a woman giving us attention is very small, right? It's a 15% that they'll give us a chance, right? So it takes a lot of courage. I agree. It takes a lot of courage for us to build and all these odds and thinking, oh, if she rejects me, it's gonna feel like shit, etc. Right? I got you on that one. However, on the flip side of that, woman's perspective, we don't know why a woman, or rather, what a woman has been through in her life that have caused her to be cautious of men in general. Okay, so if a woman has had experienced this since a child by men, not even necessarily boys, but by men, and because of that, it has developed trauma in her brain. When a man approaches her, it's not perhaps intentionally that she wants to be, rejectful, repelling, etc. But what if her traumas cause her to be repelling? Aside from that, one of the things that you also said, which is the most important topic for me at least, was this. You said that if a woman dresses like a slut, that she gets treated. Could you elaborate more on that?
Absolutely. So men approach women for different reasons based off the appearance of the woman. If I'm out and about, I'm going to pump gas, and a chick jumps out in one of those outfits I see the women at the gym at. Automatically, perception is reality. I'm going to look at her and go, you know what? She's probably on the looser end of the spectrum of women. She's probably a city girl. She's probably a fun girl, because self-respect and women that respect themselves and want to be treated like outstanding women, or that is dating with intention to be a wife, they don't present themselves to the world as hoes. That's how prostitutes dress. Like, I hate when we dance around the topic like hoes don't have a uniform. They have a uniform, bro. And we all know what the uniform is. You know what I'm saying? Hoes on Fig or wherever the hostro is in your town, they're going to have certain qualities and certain clothes on. So when you see women just freely dressing like that in the free world, it's safe to assume you align with that lifestyle in some type of way, because if you didn't, you would have more respect for yourself. Fuck the men respecting you. Respect yourself.
Okay.
There's no other reason that you're dressing like that other than attention. There's literally no other reason. The same way men go buy Rolexes and sports cars. You think they buying it? Yeah, we like it. Yeah, we might like it for ourselves, but at the end of the day, we know, hey, this is going to increase my chance of getting higher women, the type of women. So this is why we do certain things like that. This is why we dress nice, go get a haircut. Like, it's all about attracting the opposite sex and attention. We can sit here and lie till we blue in the face. I do this for me. Yeah, okay, you put on makeup for you. That don't even make no sense. You got an insecurity about how you look without it, so you put it on because you think it increases your odds with the opposite sex. Like, just be honest about it. I just hate the lying and the disingenuous, people being disingenuous when they speak. Hoes have a uniform. So if you are presenting yourself as a respectful woman, men 9 times out of 10 are going to approach you that way. And you got to realize you are what you attract. So the energy you put out into the world is the energy you're going to get back. So if you're putting out whole energy, what type of energy you think you're going to get back? Guys ain't going to approach you as some self-respecting woman that they want to make a wife and have raise their kids. Because just think about it. It's a 50-50 split. You have a son or a daughter. If I have a daughter, okay, you're going to be her first example of what a woman should be. So if you out in the street with your ass out, titties out everywhere, don't give no fucks, is that the type of example I want for my daughter? Or do I want the self-respecting woman that keeps herself covered up? You know what I'm saying? Like, she gives a fuck about herself. Now the hoes, they hate when you talk like this, because hoes want to be hoes, but they don't want to admit to it. They don't want to be labeled hoes. It don't work that way. You know what I'm saying? That's not how life works.
Okay. So I disagreed with you the other day, and I'll just mention it again, which is I don't believe that there is a such thing, and I'm sincere about it. By the way, I'm not trying to play your perception. I'm being honest about it, because as I mentioned the other day, I live in a proximity where there is a certain area where you find these street workers, right? And let me tell you something. The only reason why I know that they're street workers is because they're in that spot. It's not because they what they wear. Just to be completely honest with you, you'll go and walk through there. If it's the winter, they'll be fully clothed, a hoodie, sweats. They're not dressed like hoes.
About the summer.
They're just it's in that area that they put themselves in this known area because this is where they at. All right. And that's how men pick them up. Now, another thing that I thought it was very important too that you mentioned, and I would like to go in on this one too, was that you said that so we're speaking in general terms. I kind of want to personalize it a little bit. And I'll start with this. You said that, if a woman is dressed like a hoe, she gets treated like a hoe. So now let's make this about just you and I. Would you treat a woman according to what she's wearing, or
Absolutely.
based on?
Absolutely, because my intentions are going to be based on how you present yourself. If you present yourself like a hoe and I'm coming to approach you, it's with the intention of she's a hoe, she's here for a good time, not a long time. I can't make a wife out of this because my wife ain't walking out the house in this shit. You know what I'm saying? My wife ain't raising my kids setting this type of example. So you're going to be placed in the category of the fun girl. I'm not going to take you serious. It's not going nowhere other than pump and dump. Now, I ain't gonna say pump and dump because we can fuck a lot of times, but it ain't going nowhere past that as far as a relationship go. I can't. That's all. That's out. Now, if a woman is giving off wife type of energy, then I know, you know what, I probably got to take her serious. Now, this is the disconnect that people have. Just because you dress this way, don't make it that way. This is true. You can dress like a thug and be a square, like how you like to dress. But what people fail to realize is when I say perception is reality, it does not matter what you believe or what you even know. If you go out into the world, you are judged. Period, point blank. You can miss opportunities just by the way you present yourself. You know what I'm saying? Somebody could have wanted to do business with you, but you presented yourself as a thug and scared the business away. Even though you might be a great businessman, but they was just like, you know what? That don't even look like a good investment. It could have been the best investment ever, but it didn't matter at that point because that was the reality. So you can be the best wife ever, but if you aren't presenting yourself that way to men, we're going to view you and judge you the way you present yourself. You don't have to like it. You don't have to agree with it, but it is reality. If you're dressed like a whore, we're not going to assume you're a wife. You're going to be a whore. Period, point blank. If you want to be addressed as a wife and you want to be pursued as that, of what you are, present yourself that way. Like, it's just that simple. There's uniforms for a reason. When you go to the Army, they have uniforms. When you go to any company, I mean, even Walmart got vests to let you know, hey, these are Walmart employees. So there's no way you ain't gonna tell me the hoes don't got a uniform. We all on smartphones and computers. Go on Google right now, type in prostitute. A certain look is gonna come up. They're gonna have on certain clothes. Then on that same search engine, type in wife. A total opposite different look is gonna pop up. So there's no way to tell me that perception ain't reality because it is.
Right. So the reason why it was important for me to personalize it is because I asked you this question. I said, so do you treat a woman based on how she dresses? And you said yes, and then you started elaborating. Now I'm gonna answer that same question. And like I said, I'm being honest. I'm not playing you. I don't treat a woman based on how she's dressed. To me, it doesn't matter what somebody's dressed like. I'm not gonna mistreat you if you're dressed like a hoe. I don't think it's called for to mistreat somebody because of the way they're dressed. Now, the reason why it's important for me to mention this is because of this. There is a such thing, which is a stereotype, and it's wrong, of course. There's a such thing as dressing black. Yes?
Yeah, but see, all stereotypes are based off some form of truth.
Okay.
It could be offensive, but they
Okay.
came from somewhere and derived from the truth.
Okay.
And I'm gonna let you finish. I just want to make
Yep.
one thing clear. when you say what was the word you just used? It just left my mind. Treat like a hoe. When you say mistreatment, can you specify what you mean? Because I think that's where the disconnect's coming from.
Sure, sure. So if okay, so you said that you treat somebody according to how they're specifically you treat a woman based on how they're dressed, right?
Correct.
So someone like me would say, if you and I were hanging out, we're walking somewhere, and there's this woman dressed like a hoe, right? Would you go out of your way to express yourself to this person, like, "Oh, you hoe, you ain't shit"?
No, see that, and that's where the disconnect's coming from. Because
Okay.
when I say treat like a hoe, I don't mean literally disrespect and mistreatment. Hoes get treated a certain way. Guys aren't gonna want to take you on dates. Guys aren't gonna want to bring you around the family. Guys ain't trying to wife you and take you to the company Christmas party and take family pictures. No, guys are trying to fuck you and have a good time. So when I say treat it like a hoe, that's what I mean. Is when you got women complaining about, man, this guy only try to fuck me. He don't want to take me out. He don't want to treat me like this and that. Yes, because you're presenting yourself out. We take women out that we can see a future with. So it's like, okay, I'm gonna vet you now because this can turn into something serious. If off perception you don't even look like it's something serious gonna happen with you, you're not gonna ever reach that process. I'm gonna try to fuck you the quickest way I can.
Okay.
Probably that night.
Okay.
If we text talk enough.
Okay. Okay. So before I continue where I left off, let's jump into that. So let's say you do meet somebody, a woman that's dressed like a hoe, right?
Right.
From the get, you're gonna say, okay, I'm just gonna get this, I'm gonna smash and dash, right? So you meet up with this woman, probably take her out a little bit. What if in the process of you working your way to hitting it that night, in the process, you're talking a little bit as you're going out to wherever, you're realizing that this woman's personality, despite the fact that she's dressed like a hoe, this woman's personality is dope as fuck. The bond is inevitable, is obvious, and you're like, damn, this female, I misjudged her because she's dressed like a hoe, all this, but she is dope as fuck, and she's got it going on. Like, she's got something going on in her life. This is just the way that she dresses. What would just because of the way she's dressed? Now, would you still think, but she still ain't shit?
Yeah, well, first we're gonna have a conversation of why do you feel the need to dress this way, and if I was to take you serious, I'm gonna let you know that you dressing this way and being attached to me and under my program is not gonna happen. So if that would be an issue, we could go no further, other than being fuck buddies, because my woman has to represent herself in a certain way, the same way she wants me to represent myself in a certain way. She don't want her man walking. No woman wants her man walking around like a fucking clown, walking around he can't provide or protect or lead the family. No, they want a certain type of man. But women seem to have a problem when men have standards, women have a problem. Women got this checklist. They want you to be 6 feet. They want you to have a six pack. They want you to make over six figures, and they want you to have a dick bigger than 6 inches, and you better be Superman, and you better be emotionally in tune with your emotions. You know what I'm saying? And you better be able to know how to fight, fix a car, do this, do that. But you just tell a woman, hey, look, I don't want you dressing like a hoe. I want you to be fit. I want you to be feminine. I want you to be friendly. Oh my God, you hate women. Oh my God, you a misogynist. Like, come on, bro. Y'all sound insane. Y'all sound
Okay.
crazy.
All right. Before we continue, let's kind of walk on eggshells because of the guidelines. I don't want to get banned, and
Oh,
you
okay. Yeah,
and you
I don't know.
too.
I don't know what words we can and can't say. So,
So let's try not to use like obvious like bad words. Even like the SLU word. Let's try
oh
to
yeah,
see if
yeah,
we
yeah.
can find other ways.
All right, yeah. I,
Okay.
I try to keep it to a minimum, but yeah,
Okay. Cool. Cool.
women
Cool.
trick me out with. But yeah, bro, I would have a conversation and let it be known that's not tolerated if we get serious. So, because to me that's a character flaw. Because what is the reason you feel you want to dress that way? I mean, the obvious reason is you want attention from men. So if you are with me and you're still trying to get attention from other men, that's an issue
Hmm.
in my eyes.
Eh, Do you believe? And could you prove? Can you be proven wrong by this individual if she said, Nah, I just dress like this because I like to look good because I have a nice body. I'm not trying to attract men. Will it attract men? Of course it would. But I don't, even if I attract men, even if I get the eyes of men looking at me, I'm not going to give them attention because I'm yours. What if that was her attitude? I just like looking good.
I'm a logical person, and that would be a lie. That would be a lie, bro. Like it would be, it just would be. There's no way in the world to tell me that the way these women dress when they go out, when they know there's gonna be men there. See, it's a difference. When they run into Target real quick, you know what I'm saying, and they got the pajamas on and the hair wrap still because they ain't expecting to see nobody. They know they coming right back to the crib. It's a different look than where they're going, where they know men are frequenting. They pay attention to how they look. So they're in. It's a lie. They don't want to sound superficial when they say, "I'm not doing it for men." Okay, who you doing it for? What, you got your ass out for who? You can't see your own ass, so why is it out?
What if it looks good? Okay, an example. Let's bring it to the men's side, right? Like me. If I dress a certain way, it's showing my little pecs and all that stuff, you know. So obviously I'm gonna attract women, of course, right? Of course. A certain wear that we have, to show our bodies. I go to the gym, you go to the gym. We know how to look good, right? If you found yourself a good woman, you were gonna be loyal. You know 100% you're loyal to her, and vice versa. But you like looking good, man. You like looking good, right? Are you now going to cover up because, well, I don't want to attract women? I mean, this is the same logic, isn't it?
No, it's not the same logic because you're using the logic that women approach men based on what they have on in public as far as showing more skin. 9 times out of 10, women don't approach men. It's very, very rare that a beautiful woman approaches a man. She doesn't have to. She has men galore approaching her. 9 times out of 10, if a woman approaches a man, it's usually a desperate woman. It's usually the type of woman that the man himself don't even want. It may be a big, unattractive chick. Now, is there exceptions to the rule? Yes, there is always exceptions because there's a thing called the law of opposites. But the norm, a beautiful woman ain't just approaching a man because, hey, he got some muscles and he in a tank top. She might look and make eye contact to get you to come talk to her. But if you don't make that move, it'll be lost.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? We both know that.
Okay. So now, in that same scenario that I painted for you in regards to you met a woman who was dressed slutty, and as you're working your way to hit and then dip, in the process of that, you're realizing that this is a dope ass woman. Now, I'm gonna answer that too, right? So I have met somebody like that dress revealing, right? And she happened to be probably the best woman I've ever met in my life, quite frankly. And I kept that. And I met her this way, right? And I have no problem with her dressing, revealing, or whatever. I realize that she is somebody that really likes the way she looks. She's into, dressing nice. But more importantly, which I think is very important, is, do I trust this woman? Ultimately, it comes down to that anyway. Ultimately, right? When it comes to a relationship, if you trust somebody fully and vice versa, this person could wear whatever and go on a trip to Puerto Rico to visit her family, and you could be here, stay here, and you wouldn't, if you really trust this woman 100%, you will not think anything negative. She could go and take her trip with her family, no problem. Is that right?
No, I disagree.